The Agritech exhibition takes place every 3 years, attracting literally tens of thousands of visitors interested in the latest Israeli innovations designed to help feed the world. Members of a delegation from the American city of St. Louis told IBA's R.A. O'Sullivan and Dennis Zinn that they believe that food security can only be established through collaboration between countries.
If we aspire to feed the world, in the next 35 years, we're going to have to figure out a way to make as much food as the last 8,000 years combined. That's not easy, and we're going to have to do it with less resources and less inputs. The only way to do that is if we learn to share ideas, collaborate, scientists to businessmen, businessmen to NGOs, governments, across borders as well. So things like this are vital. We're not going to get there if we don't do more of this. So this is a perfect place.
Israelis are known for being innovative and high-tech and also in agriculture. What is your message here? How can Israel play a part in this food security of the world?
Well, first of all, like I said, I have never seen such a repository of energy, a culture of we're going to take a risk, and if we fail, it's okay. It's part of the equation. And that's one of the things that even places like the United States, we have to learn to be more like you and say, let's celebrate losses as well as successes because it's part of the process. But this view of the world, the lens that folks wear to say, I've spent time on a farm, I've spent time in a lab, I see the pain point, and that is that the pests need to be detected, and so let's take this technology and let's get it out of the lab and turn it into a company, and eventually the way that we make the world better is if it's part of a product or service that a farmer, a villager in Africa uses, so when she's out tending to her crops, increasing production. So it's been incredible.
How does St. Louis play a part in all this?
Well, St. Louis is probably the leading place in the world for ag tech. We have more plant PhDs in St. Louis than anywhere else in the world, over 750. The institute that I work at, the Danforth Plant Science Center, it's only been around 15 years. It's already the largest independent research institute in the world focused on plants. We have scientists from 27 countries. We have projects in the developed world and in the developing world. For example, we do a lot of work in sub-Saharan Africa with the Gates Foundation funding. We have industry, and within 150, 200 miles of the desk I sit at every day at work, about 70% of the U.S. agriculture production happens. So we're in the epicenter of ag industry, ag production, and we're close to farmers and consumers.
Accessing the U.S. market is very difficult. Taking the company to the next stage is difficult if they don't have the right relationships, the right access to customers, the capital, and really the way to bring and do business in the United States. It's very different from one country to another, and the U.S. is a very big market. And if you're from a new country, it's very difficult to do that. So in St. Louis, we have a full support network and infrastructure of university relationships, companies. We bring relationships from companies like Monsanto, KWS, DuPont, Nestle. These are the companies we have there. They're connected to all the markets that these companies are interested in, and we can help with that.
What sort of examples can you give of Israeli companies you're looking for? The irrigation companies, the seed companies?
Right. So in the agriculture area, we're looking for any company that can improve the farmer's business in the U.S. So seed companies or technologies that can improve seed company, making better seeds. These days, we're using a lot of precision agriculture, using technology to make agriculture very much more like an information systems business. So precision agriculture, drones and robots that can help collect a lot of data, analyze the data. We're looking for biologicals. Instead of just modifying the seed, you can treat the seed, and that can improve productivity. So anything that can improve the productivity of agriculture is of interest. We also have a very vibrant financial services sector in St. Louis. So fintech companies that can develop better payment systems, better information systems to manage money, cybersecurity of great interest. Boeing has its defense headquarters in St. Louis, so anything in the area of defense technologies is of great interest. And then we have a very vibrant medical technology, hospital systems, so health IT, devices and diagnostics. And these are all areas where Israel is very strong. So the matchup between Israel and St. Louis is excellent.
You know, Israel has been, there are people around the world, especially in America, calling for the boycott of Israel. Is that putting pressure on companies like you to bring Israelis?
So we don't hear anything about the boycott of Israel because we are here to create win-win relationships between the phenomenal innovation that's taking place in Israel and the great markets that are available in the U.S. where the best opportunities for technologies win. The United States doesn't care where the technology comes from. If it's a great technology, it needs to get to the market. And in St. Louis, we